Hello and welcome to Man Plays Game. Kubold made a game called Hellish Quart, and I played it. Hellish Quart is a strategy sword fighter that aims to be as close to a fencing sim as a fighter could be. Not the kind of fencing you see with puffy white costumes, but fencing swords and styles from around the world. It just came out and it's still very much an early access title, but the two-person team at Kubold are clearly moving toward realizing their goal. Before I get into the gameplay, I want to take a moment to talk about the aesthetics. Using photogrammetry 3D scanning, these period costumes were directly translated into the game to great effect. There are still some issues with intersections, but the cloth physics look and act well. The mocap is impressive, and only at certain moments do the movements or poses break realism. The environments are fitting for the game, and I would hope that there be onlookers added to certain maps in later updates, but that's just a me thing. The music is not only good for a fighting game, but is just good in general. Live instruments and great vocals all develop a theme fitting for the 17th century setting. There aren't many tracks, but there aren't many stages either. Again, early access. Now, let's talk about pointy killy things. The key word for playing this game is strategy. You must anticipate your opponent and wait for the right time to strike. Unlike other fighters, button mashing cannot save you in this game. There is a deceptively simple move list, and the rest is you. Your sense of timing, your insight, your ability. There are no super combos, nor is there an ultimate finisher. This is a game about finding an opening and striking decisively. This is exemplified by the lack of HP. The goal is to get one killing blow. This is usually a stab or slice to the arm, hand, leg, or the head. You can place small blows on each other, but this only whittles away the stamina that affects the movement and blocking. When stamina is depleted, the character can be seen visibly tired, making it easier to be attacked. You don't have to bleed someone out slowly though. The balance between being cautious and bold is a winning strategy. Rushing in with a well-placed lunge can be a quick victory if your timing is good. However, playing aggressively does not promise a win. It is all about balancing with defense. Blocking is done automatically and is mostly responsive. The physics of the swords interacting feels genuine, and seeing how the fighters change stance depending on the approach of the opponent is an immersive touch. You can block all attacks from a certain range, but if you are too close or too tired from blocking, you lose your defense completely. Your only chance to avoid the attack is by changing position. Moving backwards is the most used movement. The timing of your backsteps can save you from multiple kinds of attacks. If someone slashes your leg, a backdash will pull your leg out of harm's way. Pressing back will also break you free from a grapple. It also cancels any attack you start, allowing for feints to be used. Sidestepping works very much like other fighters out there, allowing you to edge around to one side or the other, giving a small window of opportunity. Dashing forward is very important because how close you are to each other is very important. Not only does it decide the blocking threshold, but also opens you and your enemy up to grapples and pushes. They're still developing the grapple system, but there are other changes at close range. Your sword attacks become punches and kicks, and there is a cool feature of being able to push away your opponent's hand, leaving an opening. As for normal attacks, there are 4 directional attacks, and these are modified for which direction you are moving. You can also string moves together for combos. As I said earlier, the moves are deceptively simple. Learning the moves is one thing, but the real goal is to know your enemy's moves, to anticipate where their blade is going. Now, I've been talking about their moves and your opponent, but who are you really fighting? The AI, as of the time I am writing this review, is not very good. It serves its purpose for helping new players get acquainted with the controls, but after that, they seem to behave erratically and tend to not be enjoyable combatants. This is admitted by the developer, and improving the AI is on the long to-do list that they published with the game. So after you know how to play, there is a versus mode that can pit you against a friend on your couch, or a stranger on the internet. The co-op worked as expected and had no issues. Getting online, however, took a couple of extra steps. I had to download Parsec to host a game, which really didn't take that long to sign up, and after I did, there were a lot of players ready to fight. Regardless of the method for playing against a human, the result was clear. This game should be played with 2 humans. The fact that gameplay hangs on timing and strategy makes it a true joy and challenge to play when facing a human opponent. There are a lot of pluses to Hellish Quart, but it is early access, so there has to be some flaws too, right? While the physics-based sword mechanic, while an impressive concept and technically functional, has a few collision and sensitivity kinks to work out. This is not finished by any measure, but it is a good representation of the genre and even pioneers in the subgenre of fencing games. Most important, it is worth the price of admission. I'm giving Hellish Quart a 3 out of 5, meaning if you like weapon-based fighters like Soul Calibur? Check this out for sure. If you are curious and want to try it out for free, find Man Plays Game on Steam and send me a friend request. Thanks for watching, and take care.